1/3 to 1/2 of the United States population are introverts. And guess what? I'm one of them too. You might be one of them too, or at least you might know somebody who is. Either way, if there's one thing all of us introverts can agree on, it's the fact that we are quite often misunderstood. Hey Vibers, it's your boy Kai, and I am so ready to talk about being an introvert. But before we get started, I have a question for you. Do you have $1 to spare? Are you looking for even more mental health insight? If you said yes to both of those questions, you should subscribe to my Patreon. It's only $1 a month. Yes, I'm not joking. You heard that right. It's $1 each month. And with that $1, you're going to get access to all of my live stream interviews with mental health experts from around the world. You're going to get daily motivation and daily affirmations. You're going to get pictures of my cats, Hamilton and Burr. And yes, those are their real names. If you know, you know. And also, you're going to get behind the scenes looks, exclusive looks at my mental health journey and just my personal life. Stuff that I don't post anywhere else about my personal life. So if that interests you, my friends, visit my website at thevibewithkai.com, click on Patreon and subscribe. It's as easy as that. For $1 a month, I can play a small role in hopefully making your day just a little bit better. All right, enough about me. Let's talk about what we're here for right now. My friends, here's my list of 5 things that you probably didn't know about introverts. Number 1. We prefer to skip the small talk. Small talk makes a lot of introverts uncomfortable. Most of the time, we prefer to talk only when we have to, right? So let's skip the small talk and let's dive deeper into whatever we're supposed to be talking about. I find that extroverts tend to be the complete opposite sometimes. They have this natural ability to start a discussion off with small talk. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there looking on at the small talk and I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? What are you saying? No, let's just get to the point. Typically, whenever somebody's doing small talk, my brain is just screaming silently. Like, I can't do it. It makes me so uncomfortable. Number 2, for introverts, less is more. There are many different types of introverts, and I'm going to go into that a little bit later. But generally speaking, many of us prefer a more simplistic lifestyle. We don't mind hanging out with friends or going out shopping or going to a concert or a show every now and then, but more likely than not, we are really good at staying entertained in our own brains. A lot of us tend to gravitate towards quieter areas or solo adventures, things like that. Just saying that out loud, it makes my heart warm. Just saying it out loud and thinking about it, it really is a pleasure spot for me. It is a good thing for me. I love thinking about my solo time at home. I love thinking about the time that I get to spend with my cats or watching TV, playing video games, writing, making content for all of you, interviewing people. It's something that I really, really love. And obviously you pair all of that up with some junk food that I probably shouldn't be eating, but I eat it anyway, but don't tell anybody. Number 3, we can focus for a longer period of time. Yes, this one may go without saying, but I think people sometimes underestimate just how good we are at focusing for a longer period of time. I know it sounds kind of crazy to think about that, but it's true. There are times when we introverts will be so focused on a project that we'll only step away from it to either get something to eat or to use the restroom. I'm literally doing that right now as I read this out to you. I am so focused on getting this right and getting these words right, getting these thoughts out. So focused. With that said, as you can tell, my hyper focus, which is caused by my ADHD, it doesn't help. But hey, I do my best. Number 4, unexpected visitors are a big no-no. Don't do it. It's cringy even thinking about unexpected visitors right now. I hate it. An unexpected visitor is one of my worst nightmares. Like, come on, just give us a heads up so we can have everything mapped out and planned, please. We put a lot of work into our day and our schedule, and we do our absolute best to stick with it. This also goes for unexpected phone calls. Seriously, don't do it. Shoot us a text, right? That way we can just like mentally prepare to do some peopling. And even worse, not just with phone calls, with FaceTiming. Don't just FaceTime me. No, that is not how this works. We need to figure something out because good Lord, absolutely not. And number 5, there are actually 4 types of introverts. Now, in this podcast, you've heard me talk constantly about how there are multiple types of introverts out there. There's not just one. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. So let's talk about the different types of introverts. There are 4 popular introvert types. Let's talk about them. First and foremost, you have social introverts. Social introverts would rather not put themselves in a social situation unless they absolutely have to. If we do, you'll find us most likely in smaller groups. It doesn't mean that we are shy per se. It's just a preference that we have. Next, we have thinking introverts. Thinking introverts are simply people who do a lot of self-reflection. They process internally, and they often find themselves traveling around the creative space in their brain. Next, we have anxious introverts. Anxious introverts are people who quite often feel self-conscious when they are in social situations. They just don't have the confidence to be a, quote, good socializer. I can't even say it right. They don't have the confidence to be a good socializer while amongst groups of people. They often think about this when they're alone too, right? The pure thought of being amongst a group of people, it makes their anxiety shoot through the roof. And last but not least, we have restrained introverts. Restrained introverts are quite simply people who think everything through before they take action or before they say something out loud. Everything that they do, everything that they say is thought out and planned before the action takes place. So those are the 4: social introverts, thinking introverts, anxious introverts, restrained introverts. Now, once again, you may, if you're an introvert or if you're talking to an introvert, they may be in multiple categories there, right? It's not just one of those things where each one is siloed off. One might bleed into the other because we're all so different, you know? We're all so different. Our brains work differently. How many people on this earth? What, 7 billion, right? I think that's the number. 7 billion people on this earth. That's 7 billion different types of brains that are operating right now. And they all operate in a different way. Look, my friends, being an introvert is freaking awesome. I love that I'm an introvert. And to me, it's not a disorder. It's not a disability. It's who we are. And we are damn proud of it. Introverts are so proud to be introverts. Yes, we may be awkward in social situations sometimes, but we definitely know how to live a fulfilling life. So we're going to continue loving ourselves and being happy with who we are as individuals. Friends, listen, if you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to follow me on all of your favorite social media platforms at The Vibe with Kai and subscribe to my Patreon. It's only $1 a month. And if you sign up for $1 a month on my Patreon, you're going to be taking that step towards making your day just a little bit better. I promise you, I'm not going to let you down. With that said, my friends, thank you so much for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's your boy, Kai. Much love, good vibes.